Did you know that one simple hobby could actually boost your mood, improve your health, and extend your longevity? Yes, a hobby can do that, what I call healing hobbies. And the best part is you don't even need a backyard. You just need a simple system and you can get all those benefits. So today I'm going to talk with you about the benefits of having a hydroponic indoor garden. That's like a secret weapon of mine, and how it helps with my health, my wellness, my longevity, and it could probably do the same for you. I'm going to share 5 benefits of gardening, and I'm actually going to give this garden a haircut, a much needed haircut today. All right. So, hi there. I'm Dr. Diane Thompson. Welcome to my channel. I create content that helps you with health, wellness, and longevity. So, I grew up in Jamaica. And in Jamaica, we have a lot of land in our home. We had greenery, we had fruit trees, we had vegetables, and I kind of assumed that I was going to do that, as an adult. But I moved to New York as a teenager and lived in apartments without backyard space or access to backyard space. And so I had to be content with just having a few indoor plants. A few years ago, I then moved to Brooklyn. I took on a position at a hospital in Brooklyn and I moved there. And that was the first time I had a patio. And I had a patio garden. I was really excited to see my neighbors all had patio garden and they really grew a lot of wonderful things. I was really impressed. And I was gifted a grow box and I grew on the patio garden. But being that it was New York, come winter, we had to pack it up. And so I started investigating how I could do this all year round because I really got pleasure from growing my little garden. And that's when I came upon indoor hydroponic systems. I settled on a air garden, which is a 9 system. I wanted to test it out first. And once I saw that I really liked it, I then added this 60 pod system, 30 on the top, 30 on the bottom. And I've been using it ever since. I did move to a place where I have warm weather all year round, and I still now have a patio, but I continue to grow with my indoor hydroponic system. And so I want to share with you these 5 benefits. I'm going to look down because I have a little note here. So benefit number 1 is that it will boost your mental health and help with stress reduction. Plus, it's also fun. I will tell you, last year I was working at a hospital where I was putting in about 12 to 16 hours a day. We had very little support and um, things were pretty busy. And, I would come home late night, and once I took my shower, the first thing I did was I came over to the garden and I tended it, even if it was for a few minutes, because what I found was it brought down my stress level. And we do know that gardening, from research, has been shown to reduce your stress level by reducing your cortisol. So it would bring down my stress level. It would calm me down. It was sort of like mindful meditation. And that would actually help me to get to sleep better because it would bring me right down. So you definitely get a boost in your mental health and stress reduction having an indoor garden, having a garden in general, but definitely an indoor garden was really helpful for me because when I came that late at night, I would not have been able to tend to an outdoor garden. The second thing is that it improves the air quality. We know that with plants, right? In general, plants will help with that. So I always encourage people to have indoor plants. And even in my office, I would have indoor plants. But definitely having so many different greeneries, and I'm going to give you a little tour in a moment, helps with that air quality. So that's benefit number 2. Benefit number 3 is that it's going to enhance nutrition and encourage healthy eating. I mean, I definitely can attest to this. having this garden here, seeing this green here in front of my face all the time, means that I will come over here and snip things, add things to my saute. If I'm going to make some rice, I might come down here and cut some of the callaloo or the amaranth and make what we call callaloo rice in the Caribbean. If I'm making a smoothie, I'll come over and cut some of the kale and add to my smoothie. Or, I'll see how much greenery is here and I'll say, you know what, it's time for me to have a salad because there's just so much lettuce going on. And particularly for my hubby, he doesn't eat as much greens as I do. And so I'm able to say to him, the lettuce is ready or the kale is ready. Let's make you a salad. So it definitely helps with that. Another thing is I will grow things that I typically don't see in the store. So there's a red leaf sorrel that I like, and it has a nice tart taste. I don't see it in the store. Very high in antioxidant, and also has been shown in study to lower the blood pressure. I can grow it here, and I can throw it in my salad, and I can have it. Another thing I grow that I don't always see in the store is purslane. Very high in omega-3. So I choose the vegetables that I know have a lot of nutrients and I will grow them so I have easy access. I'll also do that with herbs. So, for example, I'm growing some thyme. The thyme is actually in its own little hydroponic system. It's in water. I do have this cup, the red cup, to block the light because when the light hits the nutrients in the cup, it will cause algae growth. So I grow my own thyme. I cook with thyme almost every day. I snip it off. I have some drying on the counter. So it's a great way to enhance nutrition and encourage healthy eating. All right. If you're still with me, please go ahead and like and share this video. So tip number 4 that I hope will encourage you to go get yourself a garden, particularly a hydroponic system, is that it helps with physical activity. Certainly having an outdoor garden, you'll be more active. Okay. With the tilling of the soil, the harvesting, the planting, you're definitely more active. But there is some activity here too with an indoor garden. It certainly will get you from sitting all the time and you get up and you move around and definitely helps with dexterity. An interesting thing is when we look at the blue zones, which are the places in this world where you have the highest number of centenarians, people that are living long, healthy lives, they're not sitting in a wheelchair, they're out and they're active, and they have some things in common. One of those things is many of them have a garden. And they found that there are benefits to it. And not only does it keep them physically active, because many of them don't go to a gym, but tending to a garden and walking and moving around, that dexterity, that thinking about and planning, all of that seems to be very, very beneficial. So, another reason to consider getting a garden, like I said, if you're in a situation like me where you don't have access to a backyard, a hydroponic system is great. And I'm going to be sharing with you, by the way, links to the gardens that I currently use. The next and final benefit that I'll share with you is that it fosters a sense of purpose and connection. And, I am a physician. I help patients all day with improving their health, and that gives me a sense of purpose and connection. But so does a garden. So does a simple garden. Growing things, watching them grow, tending to them. Sometimes a plant might not be doing that well. Sometimes I have to troubleshoot things. I can tell you, for example, I have under here some green onions growing and they're not doing so well because they're not getting access to sunlight or to the light that I'm giving them here because this lettuce has taken over. And so, being able to cut back the lettuce and now expose the other plant to all that it needs and watch it flourish gives me a sense of purpose and connection. I'm in a gardening group and we always joke about this, that the things that we find as gardeners, even small scale gardeners, the things that we find beneficial or fun or enjoyable. Someone who doesn't garden might not get it, but definitely helps with connection and a sense of purpose. So, those are the 5 benefits of gardening. I am going to encourage you, if you don't already garden, try it. You can start small. As you see, I have this small system here, growing time. You can start with a small herb garden. I'm going to be adding other videos where I teach you how to grow hydroponically, because I've had that question, particularly in my Facebook group, and I'm going to share the link to the group below. So if you want to join us, we're all trying to get healthy and improve our longevity. So yeah, find yourself a healing hobby. Gardening is one of them. Please share in the comment what is your healing hobby. Maybe gardening is not yours, but you found something else that works for you. So share that with us. And also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to turn the light on here so you can get a better view of what I have growing. And as I mentioned, I am going to be doing a major haircut today. So the garden will make a large salad today, and I'll make some saute. I also wanted to share something else, and I'll put it in the link below because I've been asked about this. What do I use for nutrient? So the Air Garden nutrition, but some of you may know Air Garden is going out of business. Typically, this can be around $35. It does last many, many months. Um, I typically purchase it when it's on sale. Um, but I have also started experimenting with this one, and I'm very happy with it. Um, I'll put the link below. It is about half the price of the Air Garden. I've been using it with the lettuce and the other greens, and I've only used half what they recommend because I've now learned that lettuce and many of the other greens, they don't need as much nutrients. So you use half the nutrients that's recommended, and they do very well and they taste great. My tomatoes that are growing over there in my air garden, I do give them full nutrient because they're heavy feeders. All right. So let me just give you a little tour of what's going on over here. And then in the end, I will share a photo with you of uh, what I've harvested. So as you can see here, I have lettuce over here. I have taxoy growing. So this is my taxoy. More, more lettuce growing over here, different types. Look at the leaves of this. Just look at that. There are things under the lettuce that's not growing because they're not getting the light. So this will really benefit from the haircut. And then down here, we have kale amaranth, which is callaloo, but the red variety. The green varieties here. Look at this. Look at this leaf of this kale. Look at that. So very exciting. Um, and I will be harvesting shortly, and I will share that with you. Thank you so much for joining me.